Ready, set, go. United Supermarkets Game Time starts now.
What's up, everyone? If you weren't counting, this week marks round 2 of the playoffs and week 9 for 5A and 6A teams. He's Corey Mose, I'm Eliab Gabai, and you're watching Game Time, brought to you by United Supermarkets, a place we might be visiting to grab ingredients for Thanksgiving next week.
Yeah, I can already taste that honey-baked ham. But I'll call dibs on making the mac and cheese, all right? I'm gonna call up my mom and ask her for her recipe.
Listen, I really trust Mama Mose, but I don't know about you as much, bro. I didn't want to do it like that.
Okay, do y'all hear this guy, man? This is how he really treats me, just so y'all know.
Okay, well, listen, guess what? You don't have to worry about the pigskin because our game of the week is taking care of bringing that to the table.
It's time for Market Street's Game of the Week.
Our Game of the Week reporter, Jonathan Polasic, is covering Wink versus undefeated Wellington and Sweetwater. How was the drive out there, John?
Now, it was a pretty uneventful drive, just a straight shot down I-20. A little long, if you ask me, but let's go ahead and get to what we're all here for. That's some high school football playoff action, and boy, did this matchup tonight live up to the hype. 2 10-win teams in Wink and Wellington, and it was nasty, it was physical, and it was everything that you expect the playoffs to be. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at those first half highlights. Round 2 of the high school football playoffs in Texas. We've got 10-win Wink taking on undefeated 10-0 Wellington out here in Sweetwater, Texas. Wink starts off with the ball. Quarterback Cannon Gibson hits his man Gray Munez running the corner route, putting Wink up 7-0 early on in this one. Meanwhile, on Wellington's first drive, they marched right up and down the field against this Wink defense, punctuated with this run right up the gut. Mark Ramirez with the score, but Wink would still lead 7-6. Later on in the half, Cannon Gibson with his best Houdini impersonation, throwing off his back foot, finds his man Jordan Talley, giving Wink a 14-6 lead. After a penalty at the very end of the half, Wellington with an untimed down, and they would capitalize. Creighton Killian launches one. It's a jump ball, but Wellington would come down with it. Mark Ramirez again with a touchdown catch, and it would send this game to half, tied at 14. Let's hear from Coach Gibson after the game. Here with me now is Wink head coach Brian Gibson. And coach, this is obviously not the outcome that you were looking for, but you played a real good team and your boys absolutely fought tooth and nail. Just how proud are you of them tonight?
I just love them so much. Those dudes give us so much. We were shorthanded all year long. You know, our depth was thin all year, and dudes fought through so many pains and injuries. They gave us everything they had every day, day in and day out. And I'm blessed to coach these men because they're destined for greatness. And they learn to fight like that, like they did right there, and fight all year like that in life. They're going to be in good shape. And I know that when they leave Wink High School, they're going to have the tools it takes to be successful.
Unfortunately for Wink, it's the end of the line, but they've got a lot to be excited about in the future. Now, the Wellington touchdown at the very end of the first half is pretty much what swung all the momentum over to the Skyrockets side and allowed them to take control in the second half. Your final tonight from Sweetwater, Texas, Wellington 34, Wink 28. Eliab, Corey, back to you.
Well, great coverage as always, Jonathan. But before you go, listen, we're talking about this Friendsgiving. Would you be down to bring the turkey, maybe?
Yeah, turkey's a little much for me to do just by myself. I like venison a lot, so that's a little bit easier, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that for y'all instead and let y'all get a taste of that.
All right, well, thank you very much. For those who don't know, venison is deer. I'm a city boy, so I had to look that up myself. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Now, Corey, you still plan on bringing that mac and cheese?
You serious? Definitely not, bro. I think you disrespect my cooking skills like that. We turning into rivals now, okay? Just like the crosstown rival matchup between Midland High and Midland Lee. Now we had a beautiful look of the Friday night lights here. Shout out to my guy 4K Visuals as Midland High was looking to upset the League Rebels. And at the beginning of the first quarter, you would have believed it could happen. Bulldog bully ball helped Mateo Houston reach pay dirt on not once, but twice in the first quarter to give the Dogs an early 14-0 lead. But Mikey and the boys got things popping with Shamar Davis shaking and baking would-be tacklers like a spider monkey. He turned on the juice and was dripping down the sidelines for the first Rebel touchdown of the night. And they wouldn't stop there, as Mikey finds a wide open Christian Romero who presses his nitrous button on the third down play, galloping his way to the crib. Lee would come back and win this one 63-40.
All right, now jumping over to Permian, taking on San Angelo Central. The Panthers were hungry for this statement win and potentially set themselves up to win district, but the Bobcats are undefeated for a reason in district. They put themselves in good position early on, and just when it looked like they might have scored, Permian breaks their hearts with this pick at the goal line. They'd ride the momentum in a big way for the big-time win to take first place in district. You know, it's crazy, Corey. So many of these rivalries, they date back to before you and I were even a thought.
Yeah, that's why I'm so honored to get to cover it. We'll have more historic matchups, though, and playoff highlights when we return. Take a bathroom break, go get yourself a drink, pop a squat, because Game Time will be right back.
Hi, we're from Greenwood, and you're watching Game Time on News West 9. Woo! Let's go, Rangers!
Yeah, I'm not going to be a sport this time.
Okay, yeah, I was going to tell you to kind of come a little closer, because I had to go, like,
Yeah.
I had to go, like, all the way back.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Oh, he just said. We're back like we never left because we didn't. We just switched spots. Corey, we have one more 6A matchup.
Yes, sir. Uno mas. Odessa High took on Abilene High tonight as the Eagles flew to Ratliff Stadium for this bout, and they moved the ball through the air to get in scoring position with this sick catch between two defenders. Now that would set up a QB sneak on the 1 yard line that would barely cross the goal line, but all you need is just one piece of the ball to touch. And they did, 7-0 Abilene. Now matters would get worse for the Broncos as they're backed up on their own goal line and would get caught in the end zone for a safety. OHS just couldn't get the offense going, losing this one 29-7.
Now moving on to the Battle of the Springs. Big Spring facing Springtown, and the Porcupines were cooking right from the jump. He finds space right, and he gone fleet-footed for the score, but steers on offense themselves. And you know what? After the little celly, by the way, what is that? That's a weird-looking cheerleader. Now, Gabriel Baez takes it himself, and we saw what he can do last week with his feet, but you know what? Springtown simply overwhelming, and they'll move on to round 3. And Corey, we have a familiar face in the building, you know, the fan favorite, if you will, the man, the myth, the anchor, as we always say, Dana Morris.
Do
Come on.
my eyes deceive me? Is that Mr. Miami? Hey, real talk, bro. We missed you, all right? So as always, what's the score looking like around West Texas?
I appreciate it, guys. And you know, this could be one of the last scoreboards that we have this year. So despite what you guys told me, I'm not taking it easy on anybody. We got Fort Stockton going up against Canyon, and Fort Stockton, that is not how you play offense, my friend. You only scored 1 touchdown. Canyon drops 59. They lose by 52. Then Alpine with the goose egg to Idalou, 49-0. And then Borden County putting up, man, that must be 10 touchdowns, maybe a couple field goals, but a big-time blowout of Spring Lake Earth. Back to you guys.
Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought that was going to be, all right?
Yeah, he did
all right,
okay.
well, we love all our teams, of course. And Corey, it's the playoffs. I backed it up, but I'm going to keep it right here this
All
time.
right, we're
Let's
good,
see
we're
what you
good.
got.
Here we go.
Oh, come on.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I've been catching a lot of heat from people saying I can't catch, all right? I'm proving doubters wrong here tonight, just like #1 ranked Balmorhea did last night. Now, Balmorhea, they were coming into this game without a loss since week 1, while JAYTON was repping an 11-1 record for the season. Now, early in the first quarter, the Jaybirds got a taste of Tomas Contreras, and this man was nasty. He showed the safety why the defense should have bought ankle insurance before flexing in the end zone. Now, Contreras forgot to mention that insurance plan comes with a fee of more touchdowns. He takes the pitch from Lane Carrasco, shrugs off a would-be tackler, and sees nothing but green grass in front of him. Elliot, where is this man's super suit? Contreras and the rest of the incredible Bears took the lead and never looked back, winning this one 90-46.
Well, let's stick to some Thursday night football action, Mr. Incredible. Andrews playing Dumas, and these fans are going to get headaches before the game even starts, all right? Hitting the action now, the Mustangs were looking for the deep ball early, launching it like SpaceX, and finding his man on the moon. That TD is worth a celly. Andrews' Spirit Squad is loving it, and we are too, but Dumas came right back at them with a quick TD, and the Mustangs would come up short 31-20.
Yeah, you hate to see Andrews get knocked out like that, but that was a big win for Balmorhea.
Yeah, it was. Defeating the #2 ranked team is a big statement, so we'll take a look at other teams that made some big impressions after the break. Welcome back, family. Now, Corey, there was another marquee matchup in six-man tonight between Garden City and Westbrook, and the Wildcats, they're tough, so let's see how GC did. The Bearcats is one of the coolest intros in 1A, by the way, and you know what? They got their offense going a little bit with this physical play, but like I said, Westbrook, they're a powerhouse this year, and they played like it. The Wildcats just simply dominate for the W, 46-0.
Sheesh, tough loss there. Abernathy, though, is a neutral site for
Body
six-man
Badger
tonight.
band for
This one will be
McCamey.
for McCamey versus Wheeler. Now, right before the half, 14-7 Badgers. The Mustangs holding them at the goal line for a safety. That makes it 14-9. Now, strike up the band here for a little halftime performance. Now, Elliot, just to let you know, I used to play the drums when I was back in high school.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. Badgers with the ball again. Noah Torres takes the handoff, blasts through the defense for a big game before he's taken down. Now, the Badgers would actually win this game 34-31.
Big time, and now Jeff Cordell's squad is facing Childress. The Golden Cranes came in with the energy to get off on the right foot. Jackson Willis just showing off for the crowd, launching this one, and Ronaldo Cervantes makes the adjustment for the sweet diving catch. That might be a top play candidate, I don't know. And Crane faithful showing their love, but Childress would respond with a touchdown of their own, and Crane made it close, but it wouldn't be enough. Childress 35, Crane 25.
Man, that was just a tough loss for the Golden Crane. It was really pulling for Coach Cordell and that squad.
Yeah, this is where the stuff starts to get tough for us because we see some seasons come to an end. Of course, we love all our teams, like I said, but I'm sure Dana has some positivity to tell us on social media.
Guys, you know I love social media, and we're going to start out with a little excitement from a fan. A viewer sending us this team buses picture. This is from Garden City Westbrook game. Guys, you know you're excited if you're snapping pics before the players even take the field. Yeah. And you know, when locals are not so social, we get back to Texas high school football hashtags. So we got some crazy plays today, so let's go ahead and move forward. We'll start with this strip sack, which turns into absolute mayhem. A scramble for the ball right here. Watch this. Number 12 can't hold the rock. He's going to let it go. And, oh, just grab it? No, he'll get it. No, somebody gets it. And check this out. Moving along. This, I think, guys, might be the catch of the year. Off this high arcing throw, the juggle, the secure, the ball, the rock. He's got it. Last play. Let's get to this one. And this last play, Corey, you might want to look away because this is what the Texans are missing this year with a DeAndre Hopkins-esque play to bring down the Hail Mary. Corey, I mean, you get what you pay for as a Texans fan, huh?
I was going to say thanks, Dana, but man, no thank you, Dana. Talk about my Texans like that, man. Look, we make mistakes every day, but guess what? We keep on moving, baby. Am I right?
Yeah, well, we always do. Come on now.
But before we go, though, to the break, that is, we're going to do a quick shout out to our production squad because guess what? We love y'all.
Oh, come on now. Javi, Violet, Vicky, Walter, Dennis, Elizabeth, of course, Audio Sam, Ivan, and Master Control. Thank all y'all for what y'all do.
We wouldn't look as good without y'all.
Hey guys, my name's Adenaya. And I'm Alex, and we're from McCamey High School. And you're watching Game Time on News West 9. Go Badgers!
Is he going to have to cut out early from the highlight? Okay, just stick to it.
Oh, okay.
Just stick to it.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Marcus's long
Okay,
highlight.
okay.
Oh, we're going to see lost. You know what they say, Shimon, Eliav, Shimon. What movie is that?
Rush Hour.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Gotta love it.
All right, that has nothing to do with the highlight. I just
okay,
wanted
great,
to test your movie
great.
knowledge.
Okay.
All right, Rankin traveled to Big Lake to play Sterling City, and the Eagles, well, they would strike blood first. As you see here, Crossneedle takes the pitch, found a hole on their first play of the drive, and skedaddled to the house before the street lights came on. Eagles lead 8-0, but on the ensuing kickoff, Rankin would respond. Justin Rodriguez catches the kick, and he would look like he gets stopped, but guess what? He says, I may be a Red Devil, but not today, Satan. He breaks through and runs it back for a touchdown. Even the coach was going crazy on the sidelines. This would make the score 8-6. Rankin would eventually take the lead, though, after TJ Templeton finds a wide open Ben Rios for a touchdown, but it wouldn't be enough as Sterling City wins this one 100-88.
Well, we gotta always show love to our six-man teams, and when we show you love, we want you to show up to our top play polls.
Hey, speaking of that, Eliav, we're about to show you 3 of our favorite plays from this week. Then we're going to post those plays to Twitter, and that's when y'all come in. Go to our Twitter page, it's right down below if you don't know, and vote on what you think should be our big time play.
Let's do it. Okay, we got a good trio for you today. All right, our first play, y'all might know what happens here.
Oh, we just did
this.
this.
That's right, that's right. You thought he was done here on the return, but then he says, get off me. And he goes all the way for the TD. You gotta love it, man.
Yeah, man, the next play out of BALMORHEA, more six-man action. Carrasco does a little lateral to my guy, speeding down the sideline, and he would not get touched. Tomas Contreras, great game, buddy, great game.
Okay, and right here, we're gonna see Jackson Willis. We saw it launching and the receiver making a huge adjustment to catch this touchdown.
No, that's a tough decision. That's
Yeah,
a huge
right.
decision. Y'all are gonna have some quite things to think about, things to talk about. Talk it over with your family. Choose who you're gonna be our big time play on Tuesday.
That's right, and if you wanna see anything from us, newswest9.com, social media, that's all we're gonna see overtime. We'll see you there in 10 minutes.